Hello, welcome back or to Oh My Bookishness. How you doing? How's it going? Let's take a moment to appreciate my favorite article of clothing ever, this beautiful dragon t-shirt that I got from Hot Topic. Okay, now that you've appreciated that, let's actually talk about books. So welcome to the first ever episode of C.H.A.T.R, C.H.A.T.T.R, which stands for Corrie has a tendency to ramble. So this is gonna be basically me just rambling about books and things without much of a point to this video, because I like to make videos for this channel, but I don't always have ideas for videos, but I still want to talk about books. Just gonna be chatting about books and bookish things, and we'll see how it goes, and if this works for me, if this is episode 1 or episode only. And of course, we gotta start with just like, what books am I reading currently or have just finished? The book that I just recently finished is called Venom by Fiona Paul, and it's like a murder mystery that takes place in Venice in the Renaissance. And if you know me, you know I love to read about Venice. Basically, there's this girl who's part of the upper class, and her friend dies, and then she goes to visit her friend's tomb because she thinks she hears a scraping sound, and she's like, oh no, my friend isn't actually dead, and we put her in a stone coffin, how is she gonna get out? But then when she opens the coffin, there's a different dead body in there who's not her friend, and so she and an artist boy who she meets, they have to solve this mystery together. It was pretty good, and I will have more thoughts on it on my blog shortly, hopefully. So that's the book that I just finished. I'm currently reading 2 books. The first one is What I Carry. I don't even know who the author is. Jennifer Longo. And this is a library one, but this one is about a girl named Muir who's growing up in foster care, and it's about the different things that she brings with her while because she's moved from house to house so many times, so it's kind of about that. And then she's about to age out of the foster care system, and so it's kind of about dealing with that. I haven't gotten very far into it, so I don't know 100% what it's about, but so far it's pretty good. And then the other book that I am currently reading is a book that makes frequent appearances on this channel, Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, because I am reading it for a book club that I'm part of with some of my coworkers. That's one of the perks of working in a library, is all of your coworkers like books as well. So there's always something to talk about. For this month, for our book club, we are reading Howl's Moving Castle, because we're all gonna read the book and then we're going to watch the movie together. Because normally what we do is we all read a different book for each. We just have like a theme. I hear a loud vacuuming noise. Might be my neighbors. Sorry if you can hear that too. What we normally do is we all read a different book set to a theme. So like there was a theme of a book with a book with tiger in the title or something like that. And then I read for that one, Tiger Queen. One of our recent ones was a book that has been on your TBR for a while. So I read The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu, and that was really good. But yeah, so this month we're reading this one, and let's just take a moment to appreciate this lovely bookmark that my friend sent me. She made this ribbony part with the beads herself, and then she got this in a bookstore where she lives, and it's so pretty. It's based off of illumination from like illustrations from a old text book of that like a medieval book of some sort, I believe. So those are the books that I've just read or am reading currently. Let's talk about the books that I want to read next. I don't know, we can do whatever we want. This is chatter. Yeah, so let's talk about what books I want to read next. I have like a loose outline of the things that I want to talk about because I couldn't just sit down. I'm not someone who can just sit down in front of the camera and just talk without making no sense. I'm doing it now. But basically, I had to outline it a little bit because otherwise it would not be watchable. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the books I'm gonna read next. So the first two I have are Song Below Water and A Chorus Rises by Bethany C. Morrow, because this author is coming to the library that I work at, one of the libraries I work at. So I really want to read these books before I potentially get to meet her, because that seems polite, and also because these books sound awesome. And like, look at the fabulous, I'm covering it, look at the fabulous cover art. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And another one I'd like to read soon is this Darth Maul comic book that I got recently. I believe this takes place between the 5th and 6th seasons of the Clone Wars, which is a cartoon that I've enjoyed recently. And then I also just recently finished watching Star Wars Rebels, which this guy makes an appearance in that as well. Yeah, so I have this comic book. I have another one. Nope, not that one. I have this other Darth Maul one as well, which takes place before the Phantom Menace, and I thought it was pretty good.
Basically, Darth Maul is, if I remember correctly, he's hunting down this Jedi or Padawan or somebody who's kind of like lost out in the galaxy, so he's trying to find them, and it's kind of, he's dealing with like self-control issues, I guess, which is a weird thing for a Sith Lord to be. I can't remember exactly what's going on, but yeah, so he's looking for this Jedi Padawan, and things happen, but I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil it. But this one is during the Clone Wars, and he's got the darksaber.
And then hopefully soon I will get a chance to read Gilded. I know it's shocking I didn't read this when it first came out, because you know how much I love Marissa Meyer, but I didn't read it when it first came out for whatever reason. It's very chunky, but you know, it's still, it's Marissa Meyer and it's a fairy tale retelling, and I didn't read it, and ooh, there's like art in here. Okay, I need to move this one up on my TBR because I've been meaning to read it for forever, and just haven't read it. It came out like almost a year ago, and I already pre-ordered the sequel, even though I haven't read this one, which I normally would not be so frivolous and do. But it's Marissa Meyer, so it's not like it's gonna be bad. It's going to be amazing, and I'm excited to read it. If you haven't heard of this one, it is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. It's kind of a dark fantasy, I believe. So, and of course there's probably some romance in there, and I'm so excited for it. Nobody does romance like Marissa Meyer. And one last one that I'm hoping to read or reread soon is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, because
and this one is like custom painted. It's not an official edition, but I got it on Penguin Books. And somebody had painted the edges, and I just really like how it looks.
This is why it is called Corrie Has a Tendency to Ramble, because I ramble so much that I forget what I'm talking about. But I want to reread this one because the sequel, which is called The Ballad of Never After, is coming out soon, and I enjoyed this one so much that I pre-ordered the other one. This is a spin-off series from the Caraval? I have it right back there. But anyways, that series, that trilogy, so this is a spin-off duology. I hope it's gonna be a duology. I don't know if I can wait for a third one to come out. I'm having troubles waiting for the second one to come out. But this is about completely different characters, so it could be read as a standalone. The main characters from Caraval, Legendary and Finale, show up at some point in this one. But it's not about them. It's about Evangeline, who is dealing with, there is one character who is in Caraval he's in Legendary and Finale, who's in this quite a bit. Jax, who's like a kind of trickster god from the series, he is in this one quite a bit. He's one of the two main characters. But he and Evangeline have made a deal, which is, if you've read any fairy tales or mythology, you know it's never a good idea to make a deal with a god, especially not a trickster god, because they're tricksy. You don't want to deal with that. So I'm hopefully gonna reread this one soon. So I thought I might also talk about some of the upcoming videos that I'm planning to do for this channel, just to give you an idea of what my planning process is. I don't know. I don't have a planning process. I just kind of do a video. Some of the upcoming videos that I was hoping to do, one that I may even film today, so it will probably be coming out soonish, is a book haul video, which they never get very many views, but I like to film them. It's easy content to make because I just say, look at this thing that I got. Isn't it nice? But recently I just thrifted a whole bunch of books, really cheap. I probably did not spend more than $15 on all of these books, and I've got a lot of them. You can see some of them like poking above my shoulder, but you can't see them. It's a surprise for later. I thought I might do a book haul video for those at some point. And I'm gonna be like leaning in front of them the whole time so you can't see them. After I do that video at some point soon, and this is gonna take a little bit more preparation because I have to get the books from most of them from the library because I don't own most of them. I want to do another cottagecore recommendations video because the first one I think is like one of my most viewed videos, and I had a lot of fun making it, and it's fun to kind of look for cottagecore books, and I have a shelf on Goodreads that I'm keeping track of all the different ones that I find. They're mostly picture books because there's so many cute picture books out there that fit the cottagecore vibes. But there are some chapter books and things as well. So I'll hopefully be making a video about that soon, so keep an eye out for that. The other video that I have that I'm going back and forth whether I actually want to do this or not. I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to do a dramatic reading of the book that I wrote in the 8th grade. So in the 8th grade, my very first NaNoWriMo experience, I wrote a book. It's very thin. And the formatting is terrible. Oh my goodness. But NaNoWriMo, for the Young Writers Program, they used to do a thing where you could get a code to get 5 free copies of your book that you wrote. And I was thinking it'd be fun to do a dramatic reading of it because it's terrible. And I don't know, I thought it would be kind of fun. There's also a sequel, which is so much bigger. So much bigger than this one's like so thin that they didn't even print the title on the spine, but the second one, oof, it's a big one. It's Fairy Tale Time, A Tale of Two Hoods. That's too many T's. This one I wrote in the 9th grade, so I'm guessing it's not any better, believe me. Let me know if you think that's something that you would enjoy watching. I'll probably do it regardless of if anyone would enjoy it or not, just because content for the channel. And it would be something that I would do over a couple different videos. Oh goodness, I can't wait to find out how terrible it's been years since I read it. That's why I kind of want to read it again, but I might set out reading it and find that it should never see the light of day again. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of my writing, what have I been writing lately? If you know me in real life, you probably know that I do some writing, and now you know that I do. I've been doing writing for a little while. I think I've been writing since I was 11. My friend wrote a horse story, and I thought it was cool that she was just writing a book, and it might have been a little bit of jealousy of like, hey, I bet I could do that too. So I started writing a horse book as well, even though horses have never been a particular interest of mine. And then things just kind of spiraled from there. And now I've done NaNoWriMo 10 years in a row, I believe. Last year for NaNoWriMo, I did a book and I'm almost done with it. I didn't actually finish the book. I got to my word goal, but I didn't finish the book. And it's kind of a book that I wouldn't have wanted to read when I was younger. And honestly, I would probably roll my eyes at now, but I'm enjoying writing it.
It's a story about a magical empire called Ilaria. And in Ilaria, there is this empress who she's been conquering country after country and adding them, assimilating them into her empire, and she puts her son in charge of one of these countries, but she sent him to conquer it. And so he conquers it. He's a youngster. He's only, I think he's 20 in the prologue of the book when he conquers the country, and then he's like 24 during the main part of the story. I need to double check my notes. You'd think, oh, she should know this. She's the author, but no. Anyways, so this king, he's like the king of the country now, but then he's also still under the empire. It's kind of like, it goes like governor, king, empress, and so forth. But anyway, so he's in this kingdom where there happens to be this other person, a young lady, who is working in a magical shop. She doesn't have any magical abilities, but she is working in a magical shop because she has studied magic her whole life because her sister has magical abilities. Anyways, one way or another, she and the king meet at some point. She's not too fond of him because he conquered her country. But they meet, and then things happen. There's basically a kind of like, maybe you've seen some of the writing prompts going around about like soulmate tropes, where it's like, oh, first time you see your soulmate, your vision changes from black and white to color. Like the first words that you say to your soulmate will be tattooed on your arm or whatever, you know. And so it's kind of like one of those, but then neither of them is excited about it. Well, he's kind of excited about it. She's clearly not because he conquered the kingdom that she lives in, and her parents died in that invasion. I mean, it's the whole thing. I don't want to give away too much.
But I'm enjoying writing that story right now. I have, it's very long. It's very long. There's quite a few words in it right now, but I'm hoping to finish up book 1 soon, before November, and then in November work on book 2 for my NaNoWriMo. I don't know if I'm ever going to publish either of these things. The first one I have started to put on fictionpress.com. It's called Star-Crossed Nonsense if you want to look it up. I haven't put any new chapters out in a while just because like it wasn't getting any interest in it, and I don't know. And then for a while I lost interest in writing it, but now I'm thinking about it again. So that's a writing project that I'm working on right now. And then the other writing project that I'm currently working on is kind of more just a for fun project. I mean, they're all for fun because I don't want to write if it's not fun. Like, this isn't school. But this one is more just cozy, fun. It's not exciting. It's like cozy and fun. And it's just kind of, it's Studio Ghibli vibes, I guess. I don't want to like flatter myself by saying, oh yes, this is good to Studio Ghibli, but that's the vibe that I'm going for, kind of like cozy, just peaceful, taking it slow. It's about a witch and her cat, whose name is Paz. Anyway, so this witch and her cat, and they live in a cottage and just get up to shenanigans. She's kind of learning magic because she has put off learning it for a long time, even though she is the only one in her town who has magical abilities. She's put it off because her grandmother was the last town witch and her grandmother passed away, and so there's some sadness with that, and also she has her reasons for not wanting to learn magic, but now she's starting to learn it and she's opening up to it, and her cat is helping her, and then a mysterious stranger is showing up in town, and he's got his eyes on the witch for some reason that we don't know why, but he's very interested in her for some reason. But there's not going to be a romance because I just didn't feel like it needed to be a romance. I felt like it could be a book about a lady and her cat. So anyways, that's kind of all I have to talk about. This video is getting really long, but that's all I really have to say at the moment. I've kind of worn myself out, which was the goal, to talk about books until I couldn't talk about books anymore. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that rambling. If you didn't and you're feeling cheated, let me just show you my cat. She's hiding in this pillow fort. Eleanor. Eleanor, do you want to say hello to your fans? Look at this sleepy baby. I hope that made you feel less cheated by this rambling video. Eleanor always brightens my day, so I hope she can brighten yours. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!